Hello. Much better when the microphone is on, I guess. How are you guys? I was going to do the endurance race, but figured you need another person. Couldn't find one in the nick of time. Because Gregor is busy coaching. Arthur is busy not being at home. I was gonna do it alone, but yeah, not happening apparently. So we're stuck with the dailies, I'd say. We still need a car. I need to sign up within 5 minutes, but we need to decide for a car. There are a couple fast guys in Porsche, so we shouldn't go too slow, I guess. But then, what are we left with? I was thinking Audi, we didn't have the Audi yet. Because there is a setup by Trevor, which is probably borderline aggressive, but we can surely try it. I'll just do the Audi, alright. We didn't do it this weekend. Evo 2. Yes, Nürburgring. There we go. I mean, I had the Nissan already. I think did we win the race even? Quali V2. I should need to read what he means with V2. Ah, okay, so we're not taking V2, we're taking V1. And maybe the race set. What am I doing? Oh, I downloaded his already. Ah. That's why we already have them. Yeah, okay. Well, I already have the Audi setups then. Let's sign up. Well, we can do this one again if the grid allows, but with a couple of quick Porsches, it's tricky, I guess. So, sign up. Accept, 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 agree. Where even is the Audi? Here we are. Sign me up. Yeah, I thought about the endurance, but you need a second person. It doesn't let you sign up as a single person. Porsche Freak. Das ist schon ein grenzwertiger Name. So, wo ist das Game? Ich hoffe, ich habe mir durch meine VR-Tests nicht alles versaut hier. Und es ist frisch hier drin, aber das regelt die Grafikkarte gleich. Yeah, so, starting the game. I hope my VR testing hasn't ruined my settings. Though it shouldn't have. No, it seems fine. So let's choose the Audi here already. Do I have a livery? Not really. Then we take the default, I guess. Oh yeah, 20k indeed. There were 15 left, but now it's like 17 left. So some people left, unfortunately. Maybe wasn't good driving last time around, I guess. Was fährst du denn? Split one. Now, where is the practice server? Nürburgring. Practice. Yes. Just quickly connecting with the Audi, so it's pre-selected. Ja. Ja, Mercedes geht auch, gell? Ich kann noch meinen Namen ändern. Das mache ich mal noch schnell. Changing my name to include Popometer. Just to slam it into people's faces more. Definitely needs to happen. Multiplayer server list. And then we wait for the server to come, I guess. No practice once more, but should be good. The Audi isn't too hard to drive, I think. Wer fährt denn? Ach, hier. Fahren doch noch mal ein paar Experten mit hier auch, wie ich das sehe. Der Agent ist doch die ganze Zeit am Üben. 3 minutes till the server opens. Ein Split 2? Nee. Na gut. Let's see. Yeah, so yesterday I received the VR headset. Well, it's actually here. You could probably see. Not much to see about a VR headset, really. And I did drive a bit of AC AMS2. Live for Speed. Live for Speed was the one easiest to set up, because you just tell the game, hey, it's VR, and the game says, hey, nice, let's go. And then AC says, oh, well, VR, we don't really support that, but it works anyway. So very weird. And then AMS2, it's fine as well. Starts with a VR mode quite easily from Steam. But probably have to fine-tune graphic settings there a bit, because it also runs the game full screen on the ultra wide, and the other games kind of reduce that already. But generally, good as a first impression. One minute till the server opens. What's the... let me copy the name. Easier to find. I didn't really drive ACC with a VR because I did not want to screw with the settings and then have to readjust everything, because I won't use VR for streaming. I guess it's just too confusing, too many moving things for the viewer, and also I don't think I could do any interaction with chat while driving and looking over somehow to the chat screen or something. That's really weird. I really just liked it on the Expo, so I thought, okay, let's test it at home how it is with a properly set up rig and everything you're used to. And it's the depth perception, that's a really nice addition, and especially I felt in Formula cars it makes it different, because you're kind of sitting in there exposed to the world and have a much better way to look at the track and use your points of fixation and all that. It's really interesting. But I think for anything in car, it's not that much of a difference, I'd say. It's really where Formula cars stuck out to me in VR. Searching server, is it there already? Probably not. Nah, no, session live, so let's keep refreshing, I guess. Refresh. Let's go. Where is it? Come on. Oh, we need to start Armamentario as well in a second, so we get the overlays. There's the server. Let's go. I should be quick. Am I first? Second. Screw that. So 2 minutes to Armamentario. Starting it. Running. Just a few quick settings. The drive overlay is on. And then we need to go to the settings just to see the... okay, the placeholder is on as well. And now what we need to do is go to ACC, Armamentario, and just... setup blocker. There. Refresh. And if I go to setup now, it brings up the dog. So we're good. Nice. So the quali set. Let's see what he built. They all build the same setup. Not that interesting. I should bring my... I think I did a really nice set for Brands Hatch. I should make a version of that and take it to the Nürburgring and see where we end up, because like whatever setup you go to, Audi, McLaren, Porsche, Honda, Ferrari, what other mid-engines are there? Lambo, they all set them up the same way, and I think the cars can be set up very, very different and be nice to drive still. So this seems odd. So 29 degrees, so we'll need to reduce pressures by quite a bit. It's dialed in for 23, I guess. Fuel is 13. Well, let's take 16 and then we can do 4 flyers at least. And then we're ready to see. Yeah, there will be a dark mode, but we're not doing it ourselves because there's a dark mode going to be implemented from the bootstrap template that we use, and then we don't need to really do our own dark mode. It's just yeah, kind of binds resources if you do it on your own. So we're just waiting until bootstrap updates, which isn't too far out because they already announced the feature. Ah, this rotates too much. Das ist ein Reverb, also ein HP Reverb G2. I don't like this setup style where the car permanently rotates on its own excessively. Like whatever I do, the car rotates, right? It's odd. And with super aggressive steer ratio, and you always turn too much unless you turn just like 2 degrees. Find them a bit too sharp to really make sense. They might be quick over a single lap, but finicky to drive. I think performance for me in ACC would probably even be fine with the VR stuff. With a 3080 Ti and a bit of FSR. Old McLaren? Oh, I have no clue, to be honest. I need more force feedback. Yeah, I think 60 FPS is a bit too low. Yeah, car bottoms out there with the soft rear. Cars do get warm quite a bit. It's bullshit that the human eye can only see 30. I mean, you can deal with anything, but if you can only see 30, why do you see a difference from 30 to 120 or 200? It doesn't make sense. Definitely need more cooling for the race. Oh, sorry, didn't see it. I need to steer so little. The app is Armamentario. Okay, the Audi can go flat apparently. Nice. What a steady amount of rotation. The only issue is I don't dare to steer, because every time I steer, the rear wants to snap. Yeah, it's taking this info from shared memory. There's a lot of stuff written in there which the game doesn't show. Then we do another run. And so pressures are fine. I just want more cooling all around, and then the pressures might not be fine actually. So we add a click. But yeah, it's super warm. I mean, the reverb only has 90 hertz, right? So 90 FPS is fine. And I would say you do notice a difference between 60 and 90. Definitely. With 90 being better. Because I think with once you look to the side and with things flying by, you definitely see when it's just 60 frames. Hey Jordan, yeah, my target was just to, I don't know, make it a little more interesting. I'm just too used to the BMW and I can get to the lap times very quickly normally. So I thought I'd just try a couple other things at times as well. Ja, so halb. Ich merk's im Hals, leider. Aber es ist nicht schlimmer gekommen. Und Covid ist negativ. Aber ich merke die Anstrengung und entzündet sich hier der Hals immer, oder meldet sich der Hals immer noch mal ein bisschen. Aber ist okay. Let's see how much I need to improve to be safe. Oh, not even a tenth to P2, and then the Porsches are a bit away, so all around P1, P2, and we will get two more laps. I like more TC, to be honest. Well, nicely or too much, in my opinion. Like it rotates with 2 degrees steering input already, and why? Why doesn't it give me more to play with in the steering? I think it's too sensitive. I guess some people like it this way, but I like to be in charge of how much rotation I request from the car, and this is always maximum rotation, so to say. No, it's just hypersensitive steer ratio, I think. I think I added a FOF command. If you use it, you'll know. But it's 45. But just test if the command works for me, will you? And then it doesn't rotate. But we have another flyer. Okay, bot doesn't respond. Nice spot. Ah, there you go. It's just slow. It answers on YouTube, it doesn't answer on Twitch for whatever reason. That bitch. No! Oh, I was gonna invalidate. Lost it all. Without need. Such a narrow margin before you activate TC. I think I need to do a video on those setups. Like, it's absurd that you can trigger the TC and Schumacher S. There's no point. Okay, doesn't look like the Honda is improving, so P1 remains so far. Okay, brought it home. Yeah, time should be. There's quite a bit more time in it. That's good. I improved. There's a lot of point zeros behind me now. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 point zeros. World's most toxic as one is actually true. So, for this setup, let me load the race setup and see what has been done there. Dry race. That's probably also for 23 degrees, so let's go down already 6 clicks. 6. But then it was a little. Let's add brake ducts. And then we go 2 clicks up, but 5 down on the other side. Okay. So steer ratio is 14. I'll increase that by 1. The front spring, I think, can probably be even stiffer. So that is a 21 increase, that's a 20 increase, okay. Hey Timo. Well, it's alright. Just hasn't been... I just didn't drive it yet this week. So 29 degrees. Okay, I've set that up. Just thinking what I'll still want to do in the setup. I can probably work with a bit more preload if it would make an impact in the first place. To be honest, rake seems a lot, but maybe we'll keep that. It was fine to drive. Maybe go one down because the aero balance doesn't respond to it anyway. Fuel wise, 49 is already in. Tire set is new. Dampers. I don't get it. Anyway. Rebound, fast. Yeah, that's... okay. Think I'm set. And with a little more caster, we might also have force feedback. But yeah, I can see my Brands Hatch setup is quite different. Yeah, Timo, it's either min or max, right? So to change a few things. So yesterday, someone was just writing in Discord, right? He's having problems with a Honda, so and I had a moment of time, so I say, okay, send me that setup, right? Actually, I'll go even higher with the brake ducts because it's even really warm, and add a click, a pressure spec. So I asked, okay, send me that setup, and then I drove it was Kota, and the Honda, it was exactly set up like you see all the mid-engine cars set up, right? So bump stop range on the front, no bump stop range on the rear, softer springs, blah blah blah, same shit that you see everywhere. But it drives completely horrible, right? And he was a bit overwhelmed. He was destroying the fronts, was destroying the rear tires, so he had shit stints. Plus no consistency because the car randomly started oversteering, snapping, whatever. So I played around with it a bit. Essentially, I made the aero platform more stiff, less moving, so to say. Yeah, the car started to behave like a car again. Yeah, there might be pace in there, but I don't think I'm any slower with a proper setup, right? Because I can get the same amount of rotation by requesting it on purpose, right? And with the meta setups, you have the rotation all the time, even if you don't want it. And I find that it's just a bit too much and doesn't leave you in charge of how much you actually want. Crazy traction in the Porsches in T1 there. Okay. Maybe next lap, no need to lift. I just wanted to make absolutely sure there's no slipstream for him to have. And that he doesn't get any dumb ideas to dive on the inside, so just covering it way more than needed. Have to get used to the slightly changed setup now, but should be good in a few laps. Still driving a bit too careful. So I'm not quite sure when the car starts rotating. Or how much. Yeah. That's because it's on the bump stops and doesn't have any treble left. And then with any road imperfection or additional load or whatever, it just starts skidding about. Hey, look. The man himself. Yeah, rears are also getting too warm. Yeah, I need to make some Audi setups based on my brand set. So I spent some time on that and I think it got really balanced. Okay, got him out of the slipstream for now. Our car responds really good to off throttle and starts rotating. So I have good control in Schumacher, as if you notice you're not making it, you just lift ever so slightly and the car starts rotating a little more. But that's useful. So you actually get an impact with just 90% throttle or so. In other cars you need to lift more to get a response. And crazy how good it takes the curbs in comparison to the Ferrari, where you have to be clinical in the chicane. Getting there. Actually helps not braking too hard here. If you just brake 100%, the front runs into the ground. If you brake only like halfway or whatever percentage I was reaching, car's much better. tricky corner in every car. Don't think there's a single car that likes that corner. Okay, one more attempt for the 53. I just have too much front end all the time, everywhere. There you go. I just like to, you know, decide where the car is pointing with the steering wheel, not with the throttle. It's very weird. To use the throttle to stop rotation. You should use throttle to create rotation. At least that's the way I'd like it to be. And very tricky in ACC to get that. Okay, what other car can we do after this one? AMG? Okay. We had Lexus already. Nah, Jag is not viable. It's like easily a second off or more. Does the Audi have the best brakes? It's crazy how late I am on the brakes. Yeah, I don't like the McLaren in general. Like, we drove it for 2 years or so. Don't think there's a proper set for it. Short shifting the Audi helps, apparently. Yeah, there's even way more on the brakes still. Yeah, let's check the AMG. I think Basti updated the setup. I don't know about the Bentley, it seems to have lost its punch in a way. And wrong side. I need something to sit on the left, I think. So yeah, Mercedes is something. I'll read that in a second. I don't know what he's planning. But a sim is always work in progress, right? It's never perfect. There's always more time to spend and fix things. How am I so stupid? I did Lambo already. Even did a setup for it. Funny, Audi sounds like it's off, but the lower gears work just fine. Not the lower gears, I mean lower revs. And I did Lexus. Not sure, as soon as there's a Porsche on the grid, you can't take the very slow cars. I can take some that are a few tenths off or so, but can't take one that's a second off. I mean, I still want to win. Yeah. Car doesn't have downforce, unfortunately. I'd love to be competitive in those, but the general level in LFM is too high to drive with such slow cars. Yeah, Honda. It's probably quick as well. Finally starting to trust the brakes and just going later. Really? Third fastest. I see. Almost uncompetitive. Poor Honda. Da geht noch mehr, glaube ich. Dunlop. Late turn in. The rear does not like a late turn in there. Remind me for next race that we have Popometer running. Because I'm gonna use a setup from the platform, obviously, from someone else, but of course we have different weather conditions and all that, so I want to record the lap and then put it in the community team. Or not, yeah, well, yeah, community team. And I made a section in Discord for this team, and you can just click the join link. The only problem right now, so we still need to update the website. Right now the link needs to be updated every 24 hours. But we want to have well, either a fixed link or just have the team open to join without the link. That's probably the easier way. So yeah, I want to have this theme on Popometer for all the laps that kind of happen on stream for, well, you to compare to something that you've seen in the race. So I just take the 54.07 here, for example, if I had the tool running. Wrong button. And everybody can join the team who has a subscription on the platform, of course. Not entirely free. No gifts. Well, there's a gift. The M4 SNET setup. That's a gift. That's free. Okay, let's see how late we can brake. Oh, that's too late. Can't brake later than late. This hill, I think that's the best way. Enter the corner in second. Let the engine brake sort the speed out until you notice you make the corner. Short shift to third, floor it. Very little TC interaction. Yeah, it's incomprehensible how good the car is on the brake in that corner. I'm always too early. What track is it next week? It's 29 degrees. That's why the pace is slow, I'd say. Bathurst, BMW, I guess, but that was before the gearing was changed, so Mercedes probably. Because since the Mercedes was the fastest on Bathurst, it got improved, and when the BMW was good, it got nerfed. So, whatever the logic is behind that. Yeah, so next week, Mercedes all the way. Well, Suzuka is both Mercedes and BMW, with Mercedes just having the edge again. Because all cars will be running max downforce, and the Mercedes has just so much power on that track. It gains 3/10 out of, well, on the last straights to 130R. So, 2 more laps. Don't know, Aston, I doubt it's going to be any good. I have to check the tires after the race, how much more the rears were used. Yeah, because now the car starts going into these automatic slides in a way, with the rear tires degrading a bit compared to the front. So the imbalance just becomes bigger now. And the car's like permanently stuck in the TC. That's really annoying. What camera views in the cars? Like, this is dashboard, 45 degrees field of view. I think. Still can brake later. Maybe we can get it right on the last lap. Ah, okay. Wait, I'll check that FFB thingy just after the lap, alright? But there's really no secret. So in the VRS driver, I have 80% of the 20 Newton meters, so 16. And in the game, I have 60% force feedback gain, which should equal something like 10 Newton meters. And then dynamic damping on 100%. And that's it already. So if you're on a CSL DD with a, I don't know, how do you have the power brick? So do you have the 5 or the 8 Newton meter variant? Eight. Yeah, so to get to my 10 Newton meters, you can't. But you'd have to use 100 in the Fanatec driver, 100% or false or whatever, and 100% in the game. But you'll certainly get clipping with that, so that's not recommended. I guess you want to try maximum from the Fanatec driver, but maybe like 80% from the game, if you can handle that. BMX Star, well, that camera. I don't really change anything. I just use the same in all cars. I never change anything in the game, really. It will driving the AMG next, so well, we can see. But I think it's very similar to this. Not using this one. I used this cam before, but I feel you just have a little more field of view if you're in this. cam. You see a little more of your surrounding, maybe more connected to the track because you're further forward. Hey, Hanky. Immer noch rot. Yeah, and then you can set it per car, right? And like maybe the most influential setting for force feedback is sorry, the caster in the setup is probably the most influential setting for force feedback. Oh, should have combined those sectors, I guess. So 1.5 here, which makes it a 0.1, and 1.5 here, which make it just about a 53 that I did not manage to do. Like the higher the caster, the higher the force feedback, and I think on some cars, like if you go maximum caster on the BMW M6, for example, you have so much force feedback that you need to turn down the in-car FFB, which is on the numpad with 8 and 2. Your reaction slower. So I think there's a misconception. Like you normally you don't react, right? The force feedback does the reacting for you normally if it's quick. Maybe you have too much damping or friction or so, and that makes you a little slower. Well, yeah, that's a Trustmaster issue. If their motors actually can't run 100%, that's their issue pretty much. But like the VRS base, which is just industrial motor repurposed, you can run that 100% all day. Doesn't really matter. Can probably do this 10 years straight. 1 trillion rotations or whatever. I don't know for Trustmaster, so don't quote me. Okay, anything I need to answer? Okay, so we need to sign up again, I guess. Sign up in 7 minutes. Let's see who's in there. 140 people already signed up. Now we take the AMG. Let's see who's in there. Okay, pretty much the same as we just had. Okay, nice. Then we will stick to that. How many ELO? That is not the correct race. Not there yet. Not there yet. The new race. Okay, so we sign up with. Where's the raw cam here? It hurts. Doesn't it have like what does the TCPS racer have? Six Newton meter or so peak? Okay, let's sign up, sign up, sign up. Where's the button here? Come on. Give me the sign up. There you go. So Audi selected, but we wanted the AMG. Let's see how quickly I adapt to that one. AMG. Gronewald has a nice setup. Basti has one as well. So which one do we take, Gronewald or Basti? Let's take Basti. He updated it. Download. I might already have them. Setups. AMG, Mercedes, Snub. There we go. So for if you go for the Audi setup by Trevor, I suggest to just make the front end as brutal. I added a few clicks on the rear bump stop range, made the front spring a little stiffer, and then it's not as crazy. So maybe. something you want to consider. Or LFM. Ah, nice. Basti has setups ready for all that we need. Mercedes. Nope. Post. Probably delete everything else, to be honest. Go away. Everything away. Type popometer, Milo, instead of setups, but I can add that command. Post the same links. Just type popometer. Popometer. Okay, guess we'll just wait for the server again, right? Which is, oh, didn't hit sign up yet. Now. Ah, yeah, okay. If you have disabilities, of course, don't go hyper in the force feedback. Doesn't make sense. I mean, back then we were driving with wheels that had 1.5 Newton meters or so, so it's not like low forces pose a general issue. You can drive cars with it. You're just driving with less sensors, I'd say. Yeah, Milo, we checked that. Um, it's it's hit and miss a bit, right? Even if it would look precise, I don't think it actually is, because you always have perspective issues when you do a screenshot from the game from that high, no matter how far you zoom in and all that. So you cannot match the entire track map to an image of the map just for, well, lens and view correction issues. So you'd have to do individual screenshots of each corner or live with less accuracy. And the map that we have is perfectly accurate, while any image that you'd put on it is, well, near accurate. Let's say, I don't know, 98% or so, whatever. But you'd have to tweak and twist things a bit with actual images. My headset is fine. What helps a lot is not throwing it around. But there's considerable. Well, it cracked here. I don't know if you can see it. Too close. There's a crack. Why does it not zoom in? Come on, zoom in here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yes, here. There's a little crack. But doesn't really hurt. Other side is fine. Yeah. And only the leather wears a bit, and well, the ear cups wear a bit. Yeah, thanks, Milo. There's more to come. There's certainly more to come. Probably before Christmas. And no, my pedals are Heusingwelt Ultimates. But I guess they're very similar to the VRS. And since I use my brake very, very stiff, I don't really need other pedals. Like the whole brake feel for me isn't that important, as long as it's stiff. So not tempted to switch to anything else or so. I do recognize that people kind of like to watch on Twitch more than they like to watch on YouTube. Why is that? Like for me personally, it doesn't matter. I just want to make you customers of Popometer, no matter from where you come, but still would be interesting. Yeah, exactly. No need to change anything when everything works, right? Jürgen, hey, I guess Deutsch. Also wenn da Farbe ist, die nicht rot oder grün ist, dann heißt das, dass beide Pedale irgendwie benutzt werden. Und dann werden einfach die RGB-Channel aufeinander addiert. Das heißt, du hast entweder gelb ist meistens die automatischen Gasstöße vom Auto, wenn du schaltest und runterschaltest. Aber wenn es schwarz ist, dann drückst du wahrscheinlich beide Pedale zu viel. Das siehst du dann sozusagen im Graphen. Also im Graphen siehst du auf jeden Fall, ob du beide gleichzeitig drückst. Aber da kommt es her, wenn es nicht rot oder grün ist. Hey, ja, Michi, ich wäre das Endurennen gefahren, aber es hat sich kein zweiter gefunden. Also vielleicht hau ich dich nächstes Mal an. I did have the V3 pedals in the past. And on those, I did use max preload with the stiffest rubber you can have, and think it still moved too much. Ja, ist klar, Michi. Machen wir nächsten Sonntag vielleicht. Wenn ich. Nee, geht nicht, ist ja Flex Stream, geht nicht. Behalten wir im Hinterkopf, okay? Aber können wir machen, wenn Arthur und Gregor hier zu faul sind. Ich gehe mal eben pinkeln, bevor es hier losgeht. Quick pee break. Quick pee break. Oh no. Ja, also Steering Angle fahre ich immer das, was das Auto hat. Das heißt, ein ACC reicht, dass wenn du immer alles auf 800 stellst, dann reicht es für alle Autos. So on the Fanatics, I surely used 100. Ja, Spiker, also in LFM, du musst ja nur die Lizenz machen und dann so ein paar Rookie-Rennen fahren. Ich glaube, wenn du ordentlich fährst, ja, dann ist das alles schnell gegessen. Ja, dann bist du da schnell durch und kannst hier bei LFM mitfahren. Ansonsten gibt es natürlich noch SimGrid, wo es viele andere gehostete Rennen gibt, die natürlich nicht so dieses gleiche Format hier haben, nicht alles so automatisch ist und versucht doch nicht iRacing nachzuempfinden, aber es gibt diverse Serien, wo man mitfahren kann. Beim BMW, nein, ich stelle nichts um, Benny. Ich lasse alles immer auf dem gleichen. Ich stelle es nur runter, damit ich die Endstops richtig habe und falls ich mich doch mal drehe, das Lenkrad nicht unendlich weiterdreht. Aber eigentlich muss man nichts umstellen, solange man mehr hat als alle Autos im Spiel. Und der Porsche mit 800 Grad hat die meiste Rotation. No, if I put higher steering rotation, it does not become more sensitive or less sensitive because ACC sorts that out unless you have a Trustmaster wheel that for whatever reason is weird. But all others are fine. Dario, no worries. You'll be good in the BMW. I'm just joining with a Merc. Well, on the M4, you just have to drive very exit focused, so you can be straight when you go onto the power, because every TC cut will, yeah, kind of take the engine down, or yeah, stop the turbo from spinning up. You just need to quickly change pressures here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ja, also ich weiß, das ist immer schwierig zu sehen von hier, Benny, weißt du, weil andere unterschiedliche Wheels machen unterschiedliche Dinge und ich kann das wirklich einfach nicht beurteilen, was da bei jedem rauskommt. Aber grundsätzlich, also was du eigentlich nur erreichen musst, es geh in die Cockpit-Kamera und dein Lenkrad muss sich genauso viel drehen wie das Lenkrad im Spiel und dann ist alles richtig. Beim BMW muss man dafür bei 516 beziehungsweise mehr als 516 Grad sein, mindestens. Ja, also ihr müsst halt immer im Treiber und im Spiel das gleiche auch einstellen, sonst geht das schief, in der Tat, ja. Okay, let's find out how that Mercedes drives. Louder. Ja, kommt. Ist ja noch nicht so spät. The race has already begun in qualifying. Okay, let's leave a gap. Oh, okay. Mercedes is tricky. Ja, also Jungs, bevor ihr da, also ihr müsst einfach nur dafür sorgen, dass das Lenkrad im Spiel genauso viel ist wie das in eurer Hand. Dann ist alles richtig und dann könnt ihr im Setup Steer Ratio benutzen, um irgendwelche Änderungen zu machen, wenn es euch nicht direkt genug ist. Well, you can't be good at everything, right? Oh, come on, how many seconds does he need? 4? Eigentlich schon, manche Wheels halt irgendwie aus irgendeinem Grund nicht. Oh. The Mercedes is loose on the rear. Okay. I'll need a moment longer for this car to attempt, I think. Definitely likes more trail braking than the Audi. Maybe Honda needs to like prepare the VTEC. Okay, that is very interesting in the Merc. You can go flat here, and you could go an even tighter corner, but the rear will snap. But you can just steer more, and you'll get more to the inside. That's 2 tenths gone. Yeah, it's a fast set, I guess. Chicane compliance could be better, I think. Bottom's more than the Audi did. Okay, need to speed up. Yes. Ooh, the Honda is quick. And that's 29 degrees. What? That Honda is mighty fast. What? Why are my pressures so high? I already reduced 8 clicks. 6, sorry. Also es geht, ne? Aber es ist echt an der Grenze. Da muss man sich ein bisschen reinfühlen. Okay, now we're gonna find out how much the grass tab really costs, but yeah. Doesn't look more like a tenth. Or more than a tenth. So I wonder, do we just keep going or do I... Yeah, I should get proper pressures. This is just too much. It's fine to be a little too much, but that is 0.4 the high easily. Interesting. Why? Now I reduce pressure by 9 clicks over what it was. Well, I still do 1 click per degree because that's the best you can do it. But now apparently it needed more, and I think my normal consensus was now it's a little less correction than before, but turns out it's more here. Maybe Basti just kept the hot lap pressures on the setup. Who knows? And they should be a bit higher than normally. Oopsie. Okay, this will be interesting because I need more time to adapt and will likely only do so in the race. But there's a couple cars we need to beat ahead still. I guess there's two, maybe 3 more tenths for me, but I'm not sure I have 5 just out of nowhere. Okay, that is wild. Don't use the curb. I get a feeling I would set the car up slightly less suicidal. Okay, let's try again. 2 more attempts. Two tenths is good. I haven't quite figured out when I need to turn in. This is again one of those sets that where you need to either drive a couple laps to really know what it does with each steering input, or you have to react, and reacting is always very bad at 200. So let's try fourth gear. That should be better than third. Playing with the track limits here. McLaren always was good, but I don't know if currently. Okay, with a micro lift on entry, I feel comfortable. Oh, that's a good time. 2 corners to go. Scary. No! Nah, okay. Pole was out of reach. P2 was out of reach. 10th and first. 2 tenths and last is too much. Middle sector's fine. I wouldn't... like... There's one rule in ACC. Never rule out the McLaren. It will come out of nowhere. But yeah, BMW is quick, by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's vision indeed. Seeing a little more left and right, being a little closer to the track than buried in the cockpit. But I don't think lap time has changed at all, so there shouldn't be any benefit to that. So I reduced the pressures about 2.8012. Let's see what the QSET had originally. Okay, I lowered the whole PSI for 6 degree, which is very weird. Maybe I had a bug though. And for the race, it's a little... What? Why is it higher? Doesn't make sense. Q is 0.3 lower than the race set. That is interesting. But yeah, we'll have to believe what Basti did here. Fuel is 108. Oh, we want the LFM. Ride heights, I guess. Oh, it would be really nice of the game to not throw me out of the menu all the time. It's super annoying. Okay, fuel 45. Let's take 48. Just, you know, dampers. Guys, you need to start building setups, not clicking wildly. Okay. Well, let's see how that drives then. And we need to reduce 6 clicks for sure. I don't know why on the Merc front is higher than the rear in terms of pressures. Field of view sind 45. Temperatures is 29, 38, so quite warm. Quite warm. Maybe I just want a tiny bit more cooling, but then the pressures will likely be of... it won't matter. We have 2 cars to pass somehow. Oof. They're both a little far away. Let's see, maybe they can't decide who's going to win the race. And then it's me. Hopefully. These setups, man. Anyway. Yeah, I added one clicker brake duct already.
30 seconds.
Ja, I know. So, nein, der Mercedes ist natürlich nicht mein Main. Ich tausche gerade komplett wild durch. Der Main ist und bleibt der BMW. Okay. Let's see if we can improve from here. It's gonna be tough. Oh.
Going double file.
Should leave the engine on, maybe? Yeah, the thing is the brake ducts aren't linear, so it doesn't always work with the PSI, as Jardia says, but he doesn't know that, so he's excused. These cars have so much traction, impossible to cover out of T1. I mean the Porsche and Honda. Nah, it's suicidal in Schumacher S. Especially, I guess, when you're in slipstream. Yeah, there's no front. And if you don't have a front, the rear usually follows to not be there. I think I have to look more rear than front. Yeah, I'm trying not to. Very little confidence right now for me. Like, I'm scared of Schumacher S and I'm scared of the last chicane because it bumps or it bounces way more than I'd like it. That's a cut for sure. No? Okay. No, I have Basti set up all on Popometer. I should be covered. Guess that's just how you make the Merc fast. Nah, I'm good. I just need to grow some bolts. And get used to the car. I don't know about the Honda ambassadors, but the Merc is traditionally the quickest. They will be very hard to beat. They are just faster than I am. Yeah. Gonna be a lone race. Oh, that's a cut. Still the Honda gains. And on the previous lap, the Honda missed T1. It was still a 10th quicker. Burn, yes, well, just about. Not in the grass. Okay. Maybe I can stay with them for the time being. Oh yeah, my pressures are just wrong. Front okay, rear not so much. Okay, already matching my qualifying time. Nice. Let's go. Quicker. Let's build the pressure. Hear me now. Solution to what? You mean in Schumacher S? Oh, okay, it just needs a very tiny lift on entry and then it works. Okay. Poof. I mean, it works if you drive around it. The problem is if you change it, you'll have problems elsewhere. Ooh, Honda flying. But yeah, we might see a fight. Nice.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I mean, I didn't look at a lot of Hymo setups, right? But I guess they just use the same concept on every car. Which I don't know if that leads to a proper driving experience. I need to focus. This is tricky, this race. Why does it understeer so much? Out of nowhere. Even with a bigger lift and slower speed. Yeah, the Honda is extremely fast. Maybe I should take it the next race. It's weird that the Merc has rather slow speed through the chicane. Like, exit speed is very low compared to... Well, last thing I remember is the Ferrari even. Screw the Porsche. Yeah, Honda is, like, it's known. The Honda is the fastest car all around. Currently, because it's just, for whatever reason, been made too powerful. Like, it's faster acceleration, faster cornering, better braking, maybe. The balance is shifting in the Merc. Very annoying. Already 5 laps in. Yeah, what IRL doesn't really matter for a game, right? At least you can't expect real-life data to replicate as easy in a game. Games just don't work the same as real life. Could they please start fighting? 29:38, quite warm. Yeah, I have no chance to stay with them. What is your optimum mount panorama? You mean car-wise, or? I guess the Merc. And I don't know about the Honda, because nobody was driving it in SRO, so I have no reference for the Honda. No, the track is 38, but what matters is air temperature. Track is irrelevant, more or less. I guess it's also just the Merc with half tank It's probably benefiting from a full fuel tank to get more rotation with the weight in the back. The setup has one, or the car has one problem. Every time the front touches the curb, the rear comes around. That then triggers the TC and that costs time. Needs a stiffer front, I think. Yeah, same here. Like in some cars you can use the curb to get rotation, in the Merc you always over-rotate. Just, I mean, it's very simple, Milos. It does affect, but it's lesser than air temperature. Like, the tire is... The contact patch is what? 5 centimeters? And the tire circumference is 1 meter and more, so... Every rotation the tire will spend 5%, well, much less. 5% of the time touching the ground and 95% of the time touching the air, so to say. Air is more relevant than track temp. Also because it changes downforce and engine output. Oh yeah, the race before my pace was slower, I think. Well, Mercedes got their front tires fixed. They were hotter before. They just got a tiny fix there, thanks to, well, interference of Mercedes. One of those silent patches. So you can see front and rear tires are fairly same in temperature. The rear is too loose. I don't think I can read the question with that many mistakes. Der Hotfix muss irgendwann, das ist schon ein paar Monate her. .1817, 1818, irgendwie so. Well, first you can allow the rear to move and not put it half a meter into the air. Well, I'm exaggerating, but the car just has a lot of rake and the too soft rear springs, so I think that would be an area I'd try to look into. Get more mechanical rotation out of the car rather than aero. Yeah. First time I hit the chicane properly. Can they start fighting already? Like properly? Yeah, BMW is quick here. I have to give it to Dario that he's leading in ACC, because he's coming from F1 esports. Yeah, so the F1 game. And has adapted really nicely to ACC, I think. Yeah, I needed to stop steering, else I would have spun on the curb. Was a good lap until then. Shit. No, you can't use a softer spring on the front. I think that's a misconception that people have. You have so much weight on the front. If you use a soft spring, what's holding the weight? The tire. The spring is already too soft. Ah, okay. Well, part of that, how to analyze your data, I've written into the guide on the website. So if you go to the Popometer site, there is a button on top that says guide. And if you scroll down there a bit to part 2, that's where you'll find clues of how to read the data. As well. But yeah, I need to do the video, you're right. They're not fighting. Why? It's annoying, I can't keep up. Great, Basti, then I need to do a different car. Well, I use the latest firmware by VRS now, but yeah, essentially haven't changed the settings. No, I don't think. I mean, age affects sim racing in the way that you just don't have that much time to practice. But I think you don't really need reflexes in GT3 cars. You're predicting the car anyway, what it's going to do next, so don't think that's an area that's important. Yes, it's a VRS base. Sorry, it was blue, it was hard to read. No, Basti. Just saw a B. Ah, bullshit. The Honda hasn't made a single attempt at passing. I'm disappointed. Oh, come on. I need to test around with Merc setups. My settings are actually on the VRS website for the wheel. Like they do have some recommended ACC settings, and that are mine. The car always finds a way to understeer. Nope, not a great drive. Very annoying drive, in fact. Yeah, I'll get a setup from the Honda. I don't think we have a very fast Honda set, but I will check regardless. What is the website? Porsche, Mercedes. Mercedes is the second fastest. Oh no, that's a Grunewald lap from... bit older. But yeah, I mean, 0.6 from July. Maybe doable. But still, Honda and Mercedes, BMW seem to have 3 extra tenths or so a lap. Yeah, no, M6 is useless, sadly. Not worth trying. I think all cars can do 53. The question is if they can do 52s. If I do a race, I'd rather have a Honda setup I can trust. Don't get me wrong. But the Honda setup we have here says 53 flat. Let me check. Yeah, I'm just going through all the cars. The Honda seems insanely quick. Yeah, told you. Well, I didn't tell you, but yeah, Honda is just fast everywhere. So I'll try if we have a setup here. Let's see if I can do something that quick or get to terms with it that quick. Unlikely, I guess. There you go. I guess sleeping somewhere. Oh God, yeah. I mean, give me a Hymo setup, but I'll certainly adjust it because I know exactly how it's set up. Let me guess. 7 to 8 front bump stop range, soft to spring all around, 0 bump stop range on the rear. Bump stop rate, what, max on the rear? Maximum negative toe, dampers maxed or min. Great setup, very deliberate thinking. So yeah, I can set that up myself. Rake off 54 front to 75 rear or something like that. So 20, 21 millimeters of rake. Am I right? I need to sign up. So let's sign up with the Honda last race. Agree. Honda. Let's see if I can adapt to it that quickly. It's a tricky one. But yeah, good job nonetheless, Dario. Come on, sign me up. Okay. Let's give the Honda a try. Where is it? Here. Doesn't matter which one, to be honest. No, they are not generic bad, but they are not thought through. They just do the same, I guess, on all cars. And I always feel so. Just the same thing yesterday when someone was talking about having issues with a Honda and it was too oversteery, blah blah blah. So I got his setup, drove a couple laps, made a few adjustments. Suddenly the car was very drivable. Maybe it lost a tenth or two, but it's a way better setup. Okay, temperatures, pressures, this all looks fine. Yeah, and that's exactly the thing, right? Here the setup is the same approach, pretty much. But let's see how it drives. Always the same. That's so annoying. Every setup you open from esports, they're all the same. Yeah, exactly. If you do 157, setup is irrelevant for you. Here, I don't have to steer it. It rotates all the time on its own with minimum steering input. Okay, that's a bit understeery on throttle actually. But everything else... Okay, needs a tiny change, I think. As soon as you go off throttle and turn the steering wheel, the car starts rotating. Like, too much, right? You lose the rear, essentially. Oops, that was bad. Okay. That's to push weirdly on power. Might have to use first gear. Drives just like a Porsche. Okay, doesn't see the curb apparently. Doesn't seem to exist. Well, not the fastest time. Nah, that's... There should be a second more in it. Okay, let's let me look at it if I have an idea. The on see dampers. I don't get it. Always the same. I don't know. Okay. That was more interesting yesterday. It's not really hard. Okay. Let's see, do I still have time? One lap at least. They're too sensitive. They rotate all the time. For any input you give, they start rotating all the time. And I think for many people, you'll very quickly reach an amount of rotation that is actually too much. And then it won't make you faster. And you'll also learn bad driving because you start expecting that cars just rotate all the time, which they don't. They behave differently in different situations. Normally, it's just a game flaw, so to say, right now, that the car just rotates on throttle, rotates on the brake, rotates off throttle, rotates in any possible scenario. And that is just not how cars will behave once physics are adjusted. And not using any range in the spring on the rear to actually, well, deal with road imperfections, let weight travel around the car. All that is, well, not happening on those setups, and that is more or less a glitch that they found. What they're doing is they are locking the car into a certain angle, pretty much, where the downforce of the car is maximized and just about balanced. And with locking or preventing the rear from moving, they're just keeping the same balance in all possible scenarios. But I don't think that is actually the best way to go about it. Because there are situations where you just want different rotation, more or less, or you want to be able to create more rotation or reduce rotation. And those setups don't have this wiggle room. They just rotate all the time. You can't really get them to not rotate or rotate more. And for a lot of people, it just will be too much anyway. and then they have to fight the car rather than drive it. But it's only true for some cars, not all. So all mid-engine, essentially. Need to start working around that understeer on exit. That is really annoying, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just one more click, I think. Does it do 8 and there it does 6? Okay, let's save it like this. Jo. So, ich speichere das mal gleich hier. Nerp, NNQ. Let's see how it is on the actual server. Should start any second. You can try them mindlessly. I mean, right, there's proof you can drive fast with them, and it's probably, maybe it is even the fastest way, but only in theory if you're able to handle it exactly the way they're meant to be driven. And I just have doubts that your normal person will be able to do, well, to drive them the way they're meant to. So that's why I think the esports setup fail to deliver. They might be fast on paper, but if you actually drive them fast, that's a different matter. 26 degrees, 24, nice. So the setup, I think, will already work. Maybe you want to decrease one clicker pressures and then see where we end up. On throttle understeer. I'll also increase the steer ratio because it was just too sensitive. Throttle understeer. Well, let's see. I mean, my issue is, of course, I don't know all setups there are. I can only vouch for the ones I do and the ones I see. I'd go with those that have the most time invested in them. But looking at what typical setups are, you will probably, with say Hymo and Go setups, you'll just get pretty much the exact same setup on various track with the same 0 bump stop range rear, 5 to 8 on the front, softer springs, blah blah blah, always the same. So you could just buy one instead of a package, adjust the pressures for another track, slight change to the aero balance, and you're fine. So don't buy a package, buy a single one, for example, if they're all the same. But yeah, every track needs maybe at least something slightly different, or so at least I want to believe so. And every time I do a setup, I end up with something different for each track. It's never really the same twice in a row. How fast did Isaac start the car? And it's on, Isaac. It's on. Best way to warm the tires is just go fast. Race is on. Oh no, I have damage. Indicating my goodwill. No, I think Basti is putting some time into this. There are only so many people who know how to really set up the Merc. Please go. I guess he'll be faster than I am. Guess he's a Honda main? Okay. Is TC1 actually the best here? God. The car's sluggish. Shouldn't be. Why are the pressures too low? Oh yeah. No. Does not make sense. Maybe next lap they're good. Ah, come on. Okay. Interestingly, the Merc didn't bottom out in the chicane, but the Honda does if you touch the sand there. So I do think I want to make more changes here to the car, to be honest. The behavior already was a bit better. I'm not yet happy. I think the brake bias can go further to the front. Why was it so sluggish? Well, let's have more of that on the rear. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. If you know what you're doing, do your own setups. If you don't, play around a little, make one click at a time. Don't make anything drastic. I don't know, the TC just cuts too much. Yes, exactly. If you're so far off and you can't drive consistently, it's very difficult to know if it's a setup change or a driving change that made you faster, right? What's the shifting point here? 7,450? Yeah. I feel held back by the TC. absurd how the car can take curbs. It's so low to the ground. Need so little steering input again. I don't know why they do this. It makes the car overly sensitive for no reason. I don't know why that braking didn't work. It's so weird. The Honda just doesn't have a hitbox. It just has no ground collision. Wow, that's so slow. Yeah. Time's a joke. I noticed that yesterday already, that the Honda braking distance are actually a little longer. Nah, not finding the compromise on the brake bias. Not happy. Wow, no, I'm very slow. It's not really good. So that setup is not helping. I think grip is optimum, isn't it? So I should be doing 52s, not 53 highs. Weird. Okay, but Isaac's also not fast, so maybe it's not optimum. Oh, it's too early. Somehow the setup understeers too much. If you don't throw it in, it understeers. Yeah, I need to force this rotation right now, which could be nicer. Too scared of the car. So no, the setup needs work. For me, at least. Yeah, and he's doing 53.0, where I'm nowhere near. No. Maybe P3. No! 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 Shit show! Damn it, no, I'm not happy at all. The car just rotates and rotates and rotates. I don't even want it. Like, it's and it's out of fuel. But it's dancing all the time. You steer, it over-rotates, then it stops and understeers. You start it again. It's unbalanced. That's the right word. And that's why it's not fast. It is not balanced. Oh, can this stop? Can I just stay in the menu, please? It is not balanced. This is so annoying. Can I please stay in the menu? Please? Please? Yeah, let me load the race setup, but this is not going very well. No, this is undrivable. I can see it already. This is not working. No way is this going to work. No. Yeah, this isn't good. This is gonna kill me. Big time. And it's the same stuff with the dampers again. So I start from the Q set. That's better. This is just not how it should be set up. No. This and this and this and this. Let's go even stiffer here. And I need to pee 1 minute. Let's go. Electronics, dampers, fuels, new tires. Okay, let's park it here. Pressures are probably wrong. One click on the rear. Okay. I guess I'll go pee afterwards because I'm not making it and I can't hit drive. So for me, Amantario works like as long as I don't have it on the screen. Like you need to have it in the background and only for the stream.
30 seconds.
But yes, Windows is weird when you're not running full screen. So yeah, I guess. Oh no, the Porsche beat me. Well, maybe the P1 Honda would be willing to share the setup later. And yeah, I don't...
Go in double file.
I don't like the TC setting. It's not working. It's cutting too much. Oh dear. There will be a lot of defending this race. With fuel, the TC is much nicer. Oh yeah, the car just rotates so much. Well, yeah, like I remember when it was said like, oh, we have nice new data of the real car, and now you set the car up like a Porsche, so not sure how this real data went. Map 5? Which one is the correct one for the car? Tell me right now. 4? Or 1? Okay. On the straight. That was close, too close. He's so easy flat through there behind me. Oh yeah, we need to ask him if we get the setup from him. But yeah, he's gonna swallow me whole on the straight. He's much more comfortable in the car. And he has much better braking distance. Well, much better. A meter is fine to make a difference. Maybe that's one for the next stream, figure out the Honda on Nürburgring. I just get random understeer mid-corner, and that's so bad. You can't plan with it. I'm already faster than my queue time. Okay, he must have done a mistake. I guess Isaac didn't warm up, else he'd be flying away, surely. Okay, just need to work with a slight lift somewhere. Yeah, he's gaining so much now. Easily 2-3 tenths that lap. And Isaac found his confidence as well. Yeah, see? Yeah, okay. I need to find more time. He's so inconsistent. Or inconsistent, whatever. Need to take the cuts, I think. We're so far away from the Porsches already. Was flat with the help of the curb, but the BMW is just quicker. I think I lose a tenth in that corner. That's more, but I don't dare to turn in because I don't know what the rear is going to do. No. I just can't go faster. Oh, interesting. Locked the rears. Nice brake bias. No. Can't give up that time. Still have a tiny bit of draft from Isaac. But it's insane how safe you feel with the Honda in the chicane. Like, it just doesn't have a floor that can collide with the ground. It's absurd. And the same in the Porsche. The car's completely slammed on the setup side, and it doesn't touch the ground. It's bullshit. That's a cut. No. Okay. Come on, Isaac, do a mistake. Blink. Nah. No, just won't go in there properly. Losing 10th by 10th. Shit. And I can't do more attack because I'll lose the rear. Did Isaac just gain 3/10 in the chicane? I think he did, or 2. Like, easily. It was solely the chicane where he gained. Yeah, no, it was on purpose. The exit here last lap had too much oversteer. Ah, BMW is gone. Yeah, I really need the curb on the inside to pull me through. Interesting line, Isaac. 0.9. Yeah, he's always gaining through the chicane. How can I not be faster when he does a mistake? Annoying as fuck. What's weird though, that the race before, the guy behind me was pressuring the BMW all the whole race, right? So either Isaac is just faster.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Than Dario, which, I mean, it could be. Come on. But I'm finding more ways to take it flat. I'm going much faster than before, but still losing time to behind. Annoying. Absurd. I'm scared for no reason out of the chicane, I think. The car can't bottom out. I literally don't think it has a floor modeled in the game. And that bump also doesn't exist for the Honda. Weird. That's just so weird. That's just an area where the cars shouldn't be unequal. Isaac gained a 10th alone, Schumacher S. Nope, I don't have that pace. How he randomly goes up 3 4/10 on the lap time. Three more laps. It doesn't make a difference of first or second. Ah, that was way too much of a lift. And how much did you improve with the motion rig? Oh, the car has a floor. Interesting. Only need to take the curve full.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Nice. That's the thing with the low bump stop range on the rear. The car just gets stuck in the bump stop. And even if the car's in the limiter, the rear keeps sliding. It just doesn't really cover. So where did he find half a second just now? Ooh. He's so easy flat still. I just can't. I'm not even touching the steering wheel, the car just rotates automatically. Pretty bad rear tire wear, I guess. That was horrible. Yeah, Isaac needed his time to get warm. Let's check timetable. So, yeah, he was doing 0.6 all the time. So I just fell off pace-wise. Yeah, and Isaac is just faster every lap, period. Okay, yeah, that setup needs work. I would guess around the rear spring, for example. And a bit of front spring probably as well. I just feel it's weirdly soft. Need to get rotation elsewhere. I'll save that though. Maybe I get time to look into it. At least we beat the other Honda, so that's fine. But yeah, setup, not happy with that. Not happy with that. I think the car should be quicker. Like, I can sense it can be quicker. There's at least 2-3 areas that are really a problem with the setup as it is right now. Which is mainly the Schumacher rest, which should be flat. And that alone is probably 10.5 or so. And then the downhill ride afterwards is also, I need to be way too cautious. So I think there's more time in that as well when I can commit to it. But the car doesn't let me. Yeah. Nah, I mean, Jaguar does what? 155s maybe if you're lucky here. So that is pointless, unfortunately. It drives like the Merc, so understeery, without downforce. So it's, yeah, it's just trash. Sadly. Okay. 8 o'clock, I'll call it a day. That was 3 races, I think. Are there any cars left I didn't drive with? That makes sense. I made the Ferrari set, I drove the Lambo, drove the Lexus, the Audi, Mercedes, BMW, Honda. Basically just not the Porsche. But that's not gonna happen, I guess. Yeah, I think the Reiter only worked. Where did Jura use it? That was Paul Ricard, I think. Was okay for whatever reason. McLaren. No, it's like the most boring car in the game. Porsche Cup, yeah. But can you even pick the Porsche Cup for LFM? Probably not. No, you can't. You can only take the GT3 Porsches, not the Cup. Nah, McLaren is boring. Aston I tried. It's slow here, unfortunately. With a very lucky lap, you'll just about do a 52. 650 FS is an old car, so it will not be any competitive, and I guess nobody has a setup. Oh, that's so little elo gain here. I'll need to embark on the 45-minute races, really. I gained like 60 today. Maybe another 20 just now or so. 80. Too slow. Too slow elo gain. A wheel? This one? Type hardware. Like exclamation mark hardware. I think the bot shows. Bentley is sitting on the wrong side, takes so long to adapt. But it would be interesting to see what the Bentley can actually do. Maybe the bot only works on YouTube. Let me see. Nightbot. It would be weird if it didn't work. No, there it is. Answers on YouTube, it doesn't answer on Twitch. So let me see if the command is actually there. 1 second. That is not too hard to find out. Custom. Hardware. So the bot does not, for whatever reason. Next steps. Nightbot is now joining your channel. Ensure that you have modded Nightbot in the channel. If Nightbot is not a moderator. It cannot function properly. Head to your Twitch channel and type mod Nightbot. Well, then we do that, I guess. It is already a moderator, okay? So why does it not answer? Messages, commands, timeouts. Does not. Is there like a general off button for Nightbot? And that's another 30 of elo, so I'm just about 4,500 elo now. But I'm climbing to too little. I need to go for the longer races. Too incremental, the gains. Are all commands pause or something? No. It's weird. I don't know why the bot doesn't respond. Well, the McLaren just rotates the same amount on brake, on turn-in, mid-corner, on throttle. It doesn't have any turbo lag, so you can always easily adjust with the throttle and doesn't change its amount of rotation if you have to make an adjustment. If you tap the brake, only the speed changes. If you have to tap the throttle mid-corner, only the speed changes. But it always stays in the same amount of rotation. And in any other car, really, every time you tap the throttle, the car becomes understeery or oversteery or whatever. The McLaren, the rotation is very, very steady in all possible driving scenarios. So even if you screw up, you just can make a tiny adjustment and not suffer from it. So the McLaren really is masking if you're turning in too early, too late, because you can always make tiny changes on brake and throttle, because it will always respond very forgiving. It's just changing its line, but it's never changing its angle of rotation, so you don't suffer lap time loss. And you can always pretty much drive maximum downforce without any loss in top speed. No change really to that. Super efficient downforce ways. So it lives with very little rake and still a lot of wing. And goes fast on the straight angles. Can someone try command again on Twitch just to see if it works now? Because I don't know what there's no setting I can do also where it would potentially work again. Ah, there you go. Thank you. Now it works. I guess it just, yeah, parted the channel for whatever reason. Now it's back though. Okay, so we sorted that part. Yeah, I think in other cars you need to be a bit more precise. Just a tiny bit, but it makes a lot of difference, right? If you need to make an adjustment with a BMW mid-corner, it locks the differential, the aero balance goes backwards, the car becomes understeer, and it just doesn't start rotating again. That's really an issue. And the same, I guess, for, well, probably all the front engine cars. If you have to touch the throttle, you're fucked. And if you have to let go of the throttle on exit, for example, because you committed too early on BMW, Aston, what other turbo cars are there with a front engine? No, the Bentley not so much. But on the McLaren, you can even lift on the exit and it still will keep rotating, get not stuck in understeer, no turbocharger that needs to rebuild. So the power is always there. And that's why just mistakes in the McLaren cost you much less. VRS settings are like very, very boring, I believe. I'll bring them up. Give me a second. How do I even... I'll just add it here real quick. Window capture. VRS setting. There you go. I guess that's pretty much it, right? And so 10% on damping and friction, 80% of the motor. Currently on 720, just because switching games around. Filter Legacy 1, so very little smoothing. And the slew rate is set to performance, so it's responding really, really crisp. And stops, yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter. I'd say, okay. Yes, Heusingveld pedals, and the bot just says. Well, yeah, you need to flash the VRS by yourself. It's just because I mean, they sold it and then they kept developing software because initially it was basically only made for iRacing, and of course there's a lot of other games that people play. For example, it didn't support at all the games from EA because they were, yeah, they're just completely trash in terms of how they use all the USB and sent the force feedback phase signal. So it was always inverted on the space, so they had to change the firmware of the VRS to deal with the shit of Codemasters. Well, it depends what you're driving with. I'd set the motor to the maximum and then go, I don't know, 60-70% or so in the menu of ACC. I'd reduce clipping, only very rarely you should see that. So yeah, the updates of the VRS were necessary. There are so many sim titles. And I think the whole how a USB and force feedback works is what, 10, 15, 20 years old or something in Windows. There isn't really any new thing to force feedback and how it's delivered. The only change we really have is the hardware side. Okay, I'll call it a day. I'm hungry. If we still have leftovers from yesterday's first kind of Christmas meeting. Thank you all for being here one more time. I do see that people, for whatever reason, like Twitch better than YouTube, I believe. So everybody on YouTube, head over to Twitch. Everybody on Twitch, head over to YouTube, where there will be videos every now and then, and where also all the coaching videos and track guides behind the membership paywall. Other than that, go over to Popometer, and you didn't tell me to turn on the tool, so we didn't record any laps today, but I have a sense I want to figure out the Honda a bit better. So what do we have here? And then we just need to get that number up. Thank you. That needs to be 20k by end of the year, so there's one subscriber per 2 days for the rest of the year. So have a good one, everyone, and see you next week on what I guess is Bathurst next. Is it? Sivs to Nürburgring, Mount Panorama next week in the sprint series. Nice. What does the longer races say? Do the longer races say? We will have Catalonia also. Finally, I do like Barcelona, so might be willing to drive a bit. What's the Pro Series? Is going to be Misano. That's trash. We'll see. And that's that. And the endurance race next week is going to be on Catalonia 2. So maybe... No, it's Hungary? No, it's Catalonia. So maybe if we do find the second driver, like Michi Penguin, maybe we'll do the 3-hour race next Sunday. No, we don't. There's Flex Stream. So next weekend, Flex Stream on Sunday, Monza, 9 hours. Back with Gregor and Arthur. So have a good night. Well, 20,000 is fine. I do longer videos. People don't have time these day and age. They rather want the clickbaity do this trick, and I just can't do those videos because there isn't this trick. So you'll get videos that take you further on this channel, not the incremental bullshit that people find in the game. So with that, into the new year. Bye. Thanks, W Meister.